students, today let us discuss about Unit 8 D and F block elements. In the periodic table there are 118 elements. These 118 elements are classified as S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. In this chapter we are concentrating only on D and F block elements. Let us start with D block elements. D block elements are those elements which contains partially filled d orbitals in their ground state and common oxidation state. Ground state means elementary state, most stable state. If the element contains partially filled d orbitals, then such elements are called D block elements. Partially filled means d orbital contains only one electron. If the element contains at least one partially filled d orbitals, then such elements are called D block elements. These D block elements are present in the middle portion of the periodic table. You know, there are 18 groups are present in the periodic table. Out of these 18 groups, these elements are present in group number 3 to 12. Now these elements are classified into 4 series of elements: 3D series elements, 4D series elements, 5D series elements and 6D series elements. This 3D series element starts from scandium and ends with zinc. 4D series element starts from ytterbium and it ends with cadmium. 5D series element starts from lanthanum and it ends with mercury. In this series, F block elements are also included. We should not consider that F block elements. We have to omit cerium to lutetium. 6D series element. 6D series element starts from actinium and it is the incomplete period. Therefore, we cannot say the end element of this series. Say this zinc, cadmium and mercury. Zinc, cadmium and mercury are the end members of the series. These elements are not considered as D block elements because they have completely filled d orbitals. Therefore, they are not considered as D block elements, but their chemistry is studied under this D block elements. These D block elements are also known as transition elements. This is because the metallic properties gradually changes to non-metallic property. Transition of property takes place, therefore it is also called as transition elements. The next we have to study the general properties of these D block elements. First we will consider electronic configuration. When we consider electronic configuration, first we have to concentrate on general electronic configuration. The general electronic configuration of this D block elements is noble gas N-1D 1 to 10 Ns 1 to 2. This is the general electronic configuration of D block elements. If we consider only the valence shell electronic configuration, we have to leave this noble gas and we have to write the valence shell electronic configuration as N-1D 1 to 10 Ns 1 to 2. This is the general electronic configuration and general valence shell electronic configuration. Now to explain this, I will consider 3D series elements as an example. The 3D series elements are element with atomic number 21, it is scandium, symbol is capital letter S, small letter c. The electronic configuration is noble gas is argon, 3D1 4s2. Say there are 21 elements present in scandium. Out of 21 electrons, 18 electrons are accommodated here, and the next electron goes to 4s orbital because 4s, the energy of 4s orbital is less than 3d orbital. Therefore, first 4s orbital is filled and the next electron goes to 3d orbital. So, the electronic configuration of scandium is argon 3d1 4s2, 18 plus 2 20, 20 plus 1 21. Next element is titanium, the symbol is Ti. Number of electrons present in titanium is 22 and the electronic configuration is argon 3d 4s, 18 plus 2 20, 20 plus 2 22, argon 3d2 4s2. Element with atomic number 23, that is vanadium, the electronic configuration is argon 3d 4s, 4s2, then there is 18 plus 2 20, 20 plus 3 23. Therefore, argon 3d3 4s2. Element with atomic number 24, that is chromium, the electronic configuration of chromium is argon 3d 4s, 18, if I write 2 here, 18 plus 2 20, 20 plus 4 24, like that, but this chromium shows irregular electronic configuration. Therefore, the electronic configuration of chromium is 3d5 4s1 instead of argon 3d4 4s2. This is because, you know, d subshell contains 5 orbitals. If I write d5 electronic configuration, all the d orbitals contains 1 electron each. That means it shows exactly half-filled electronic configuration. The exactly half-filled electronic configuration is more stable than the other electronic configuration. Therefore, in order to get stability, one of the 4s electron is shifted to 3d orbital and the electronic configuration of chromium becomes argon 3d5 4s1 instead of argon 3d4 4s2. The next element is manganese. The symbol of manganese is Mn and the electronic configuration is argon 3d5 4s2. Element with atomic number 26, iron, the electronic configuration is argon 3d4s, you know, here along with argon 18 electrons, 18 plus 2 20, 20 plus 6 26. Therefore, the electronic configuration of iron is argon 3d6 4s2. Next element with the atomic number 27, cobalt, the symbol is capital letter C, small letter O. You should not write CO like this way, it will become carbon monoxide. You have to write the symbol of cobalt as capital letter C, small letter O. The electronic configuration of cobalt is argon 3d7 4s2. Element with atomic number 28 is nickel. The electronic configuration of nickel is argon 3d8 4s2. Next element with atomic number 29, copper. The electronic configuration of copper is of copper. If you follow the electronic configuration of nickel, we have to write the electronic configuration of copper as argon 3d9 4s2. But actual electronic configuration of copper is argon 4s1 3d10. This is because if I write the electronic configuration of copper as 3d10 4s1, then all the d orbitals contains 2 electrons each. All the d orbitals contains 2 electrons each. That means d orbitals are completely filled. If the d orbitals are completely filled, then such electronic configuration gives more stability to the atom. Therefore, the electronic configuration of copper is argon 3d10 4s1 instead of argon 3d9 4s2. The last element is copper. Last element is zinc, not copper. The electronic configuration of zinc is argon 3d10 4s2. This is regarding the electronic configuration of 3D series elements. Now, in the D block elements, some of the elements shows irregular electronic configuration. We will list out such elements. Chromium, I already explained. The expected electronic configuration of chromium is argon 3d4 4s2, but the actual electronic configuration is argon 3d5 4s1. Next, copper. The expected electronic configuration is argon 3d9 4s2, but actual electronic configuration is argon 3d10 4s1. Next, molybdenum. Molybdenum comes under this 4D series element. The electronic configuration of this molybdenum is krypton 3d4 5s2. This is the expected one, but actual electronic configuration of this molybdenum is 4d5 5s1. Krypton 4d5 5s1. Ruthenium, the expected electronic configuration of ruthenium is krypton 4d6 5s2, but actual electronic configuration is krypton 4d7 5s1. Next, palladium, the expected electronic configuration is krypton 4d8 5s2, but actual electronic configuration is krypton 4d10 5s0. Next, silver. The expected electronic configuration of silver is krypton 4d9 5s2, but the actual electronic configuration of silver is krypton 4d10 5s1. Okay, this is regarding the electronic configuration of the 3D series elements. Next, we will talk about oxidation state of this D block element. To explain this, once again I will consider this 3D series elements. This D block element shows variable oxidation states. Variable oxidation state means what? In different compounds, this element shows different oxidation state. For example, if I consider manganese sulfate, the formula of manganese sulfate is MnSO4. The oxidation state of manganese is +2. Another compound I will consider manganese dioxide. In manganese dioxide, oxidation state of manganese is +4. Another compound we will consider potassium permanganate. The oxidation state of manganese is +7. See, the element is the same, It forms different compounds, and in different compounds manganese shows different oxidation state. In the first compound +2 oxidation state, second compound +4 oxidation state, and in the third compound +7 oxidation state. Why this element shows variable oxidation state? This is because the oxidation state depends upon the number of electrons participating in the chemical bonding process. In the case of D block elements, see this 3D electrons and 4s electrons are participating in the chemical bonding process. Therefore, depending upon the number of electrons participated in the chemical bonding process, they shows variable oxidation state. In the case of manganese sulfate, only 2 electrons are participated during the chemical bonding. So, manganese shows +2 oxidation state. In manganese dioxide, 4 electrons, that means 2 s electrons and 2 d electrons are involved in the chemical bonding. Therefore, manganese shows +4 oxidation state. In the potassium permanganate, all the 7 valence electrons are involved in the chemical bonding process. Therefore, in potassium permanganate, oxidation state of manganese is +7. Now we will take the 3D series elements as an example, and what are the variable oxidation states shown by these 3D series elements? Element with atomic number 21, scandium. Scandium shows only one oxidation state, that is +3. That means all the valence electrons are involved in the chemical bonding process, and it shows only one oxidation state +3. 2 electrons from s orbital and 1 electron from d orbital, and the oxidation state shown by scandium is +3. Next, titanium. Titanium shows 3 oxidation states, +2, +3 and +4. If only s electrons are involved in the chemical bonding process, then the oxidation state of titanium in that compound is +2. If 2 s electrons and 1 d electron is involved in the chemical bonding process, then the oxidation state of titanium in that element is +3. If s electrons and 2d electrons are involved in the chemical bonding process, then the oxidation state of titanium in that compound is +4. Next element is vanadium. Vanadium shows 4 oxidation states, +2, +3, +4 and +5. Same way, if only 2 s electrons are involved, +2 oxidation state, s electrons plus 1 d electron is involved in the chemical bonding process, +3 oxidation state, and s electrons and 2 3d electrons are involved in the chemical bonding, then +4 electronic configuration, and 2 s electrons and 3d electrons are involved, then +5 electronic configuration. Next, chromium. Chromium shows +2, +3, +4, +5 and +6 oxidation states. Next, manganese. Manganese shows +2, +3, +4, +5, +6 and +7 oxidation state. The element 3D series element which shows maximum number of oxidation state is manganese. It shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oxidation states, and the maximum oxidation state shown by this 3D series element is also manganese. Next element is iron. The oxidation state shown by iron is +2, +3, +4 and +6. Cobalt. plus 4. Copper shows only 2 oxidation states, plus 1 and plus 2. Zinc shows only 1 oxidation state, that is plus 2. Now here we have to consider the most important points under this oxidation state. In the examination they will ask you for 1 month. So the first point, the 3D series element, 3D series transition element shows only 1 oxidation state, or 3D series transition element does not shows variable oxidation state. Say we can consider scandium as well as zinc, but the answer is scandium. This is because zinc is the last member of the series. The zinc is not considered as a 3D series element. Why? Because zinc has the electronic configuration D10 electronic configuration. It is not considered as transition element. Therefore, the answer is scandium. The 3D series transition element which does not show variable oxidation state, that is scandium. Next point, elements which are present in the extreme ends shows lesser number of oxidation states. Lesser number of oxidation states. Say scandium shows only 1 oxidation state, copper shows only 2 oxidation states, plus 1 and plus 2. Zinc also shows only 1 oxidation state, plus 2. Third point, the 3D series element which shows maximum number of oxidation states. Maximum number of oxidation states is manganese. Maximum number of oxidation state is manganese, and maximum oxidation state shown by 3D series element is also manganese. See, manganese shows plus 7 oxidation state. Other elements will not show this plus 7 oxidation state. And this manganese shows the 6 oxidation state. Chromium shows 5 oxidation state. Therefore, the 3D series element which shows maximum number of oxidation state is manganese, and maximum number of oxidation states shown by this 3D series elements is also manganese. Next, in 3D series element, the minimum oxidation state possible, minimum oxidation state is the number of electrons present in the s orbital, and maximum oxidation state possible is sum of the number of electrons present in the s orbital and the number of electrons present in d orbital up to manganese. As if you consider scandium to manganese, the minimum oxidation state possible is number of electrons present in the s orbital, and maximum oxidation state possible is sum of the number of electrons present in the s orbital and d orbital. Next we will consider iron to zinc. The minimum oxidation state possible is the number of electrons present in the s orbital, and maximum oxidation state possible is sum of the number of electrons present in the s orbital and the number of unpaired electrons present in the d orbital. Next point, molybdenum 6 and tungsten 6 are more stable than chromium 6. Therefore, dichromate ion can be used as an oxidizing agent, but molybdenum oxide and tungsten oxide are not used as an oxidizing agent. Next point, sixth point. Some transition elements shows zero oxidation state in complexes. For example, tetracarbonyl nickel. Tetracarbonyl nickel. In tetracarbonyl nickel, oxidation state of nickel is 0. Pentacarbonyl iron, the oxidation state of iron is 0. Oxidation state of iron is 0. Next, titanium 4 is more stable than titanium 2 and titanium 3. Means what? If titanium is +2 oxidation state or +3 oxidation state, it is less stable. If titanium is in +4 oxidation state, then it is more stable. Why? If titanium is in +4 oxidation state, see, I will write the electronic configuration of titanium 4. Argon 3d0, 4s0. Titanium 4 means what? 4 electrons are lost by titanium atom to form titanium 4 plus ion. If titanium atom loses its 4 valence electrons, then it will get the electronic configuration argon 3d10, 3d0, 4s0. That means the electronic configuration of titanium 4 is similar to the electronic configuration of argon. It is a noble gas, the more stable electronic configuration. The next, the transition element ruthenium shows +8 oxidation state. Ruthenium comes under 4D series. It is a 4D series element. It has the ability to exhibit +8 oxidation state. These are the points you have to remember under oxidation state. Next, third general property, atomic and ionic radius. As you know, as we move across a period, atomic radius or atomic size decreases. This is because in the period, electrons are added to the same outermost shell. Therefore, effective nuclear charge increases. Outer electrons are attracted by the nucleus. Therefore, atomic radius decreases as we move across a period. Now, we will consider these deep law elements, and to explain this once again, I will take these 3D series elements as an example. Scandium to zinc. As we move from scandium to zinc, the expected decrease in the atomic radius and ionic radius is not observed. This is because of screening effect. If they ask for 1 mark, you have to write the single word screening effect. The reason is screening effect, or it is also called as shielding effect. As we move from scandium to zinc, the electrons are added to the 3d orbital, and this 3d orbital is present in the penultimate shell. Penultimate shell means last but one shell. Electrons are added to the penultimate shell. So as we move from scandium to zinc, one electrons are added. Same way the screening effect increases. As the screening effect increases, effective nuclear charge also increases. As we move from scandium to manganese, the expected decrease in the atomic radius is observed. But after that, the elements shows almost same atomic radii. This is because increase in the effective nuclear charge is nullified by the increase in the screening effect. Therefore, the elements after manganese shows almost same atomic radii, and the atomic radius of zinc is more than atomic radius of copper. So, in the case of 3D series elements, the expected decrease in the atomic radius is not observed, this because of screening effect. The 3D electrons, as the number of 3D electrons increases, that 3D electrons acts as a screen in between the 4s electron and the nucleus. So, increase in the effective nuclear charge is nullified by the increase in the shielding effect. Therefore, the elements which are present in the middle portion of the 3D series shows almost same atomic radius. Thank you.